Hey, welcome to Join the Adventure with Scott Batch. Today I'm going to be talking about the KETO MOJO, like I told you about in the previous episode. There's a link to it. There will be a link to it over here at the end, or up here. There you go. And I was talking about how I didn't know exactly what my blood sugar was. I was trying to cut the carbs out of my diet. I recommend you go check out the previous episode. But once I started doing that, I started going through withdrawals, because your body just like loves sugar so much that it acts like it's a drug, and you're not taking it anymore, so your body's not happy. Well, I was at the point where I thought I kicked out most of the sugar out of my diet, and I still wanted yogurt, kefir, berries, and honey, so that I could get some good enzymes coming into some probiotics and prebiotics coming into my system. And I'll talk about that in the next episode. It's about probiotics and prebiotics. This is actually out of order a little bit, but it's all right. And once I got the KETO MOJO, then it's like, hey, this is reality. This is what's going on in your blood. So I ordered it on Amazon. Here's the bag it comes in, and when you open it up, it gives you a little reader. It gives you some kind of reaction agent, so you can figure out if your numbers are right. It gives you some blood sugar test, and it also gives you a ketone blood test. All right, and you get it, and then it gives you a bag of Lancets, and it also gives you this little thing to prick your finger, and then you get the you put the blood on the little test strips, and then it gives you an answer like right away. All right, before I forget, there's a thing called it's called the Dawn effect, DAWN effect, that I learned about. That what happens is that a few hours or a little while, I don't know how long it is, before you wake up, your blood sugar starts to elevate. Your melatonin goes down, and if I'm not mistaken, your cortisol comes up. And what that does, it wakes you up. I found out a little cheat to wake up better, and that's to open up the blinds in my room so that I'll naturally start to see that light. And that bright light is like what kicks it off. The melatonin just really like deplete or decreases it. And like I said, I think it's pretty sure it's cortisol that helps decrease it. Well, anyways, at the same time, your blood sugar starts to rise, and your ketones start to drop, and that's all to like wake you up. I didn't know about this. So I was testing my blood like an hour after I'd wake up, and I'd have like these elevated blood sugar levels. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I'd have these elevated fasting blood sugar levels that I was just like, if my doctor saw this, she would not be happy. And my ketone levels were low. So I was like, but then I had to figure it out. Find the problem, fix the problem, next problem. The problem was I was testing my blood right after I woke up, and then that's why I'd have the elevated levels. All right, so eventually I stopped. I started checking my blood later on in the day after I'd been awake for like 3 hours. Then I would test my blood, and it was still before I ate. Because if you check it if you eat, you're gonna, no matter what you eat, it does not matter what you eat, your blood sugar levels are gonna go up. And so you could eat just drink some like pure oil, and it's still, once it gets to a certain number of calories, I think it's like over 200 calories. Once it gets over to 200 calories, then all of a sudden your blood sugar goes up, and then you have an insulin spike. All right, but I didn't know this. If you eat fat, then my blood sugar level after I eat is going to be like down lower. How my body reacts to fat, it's going to be down here. Then if I eat protein like meat, it's going to be here. But then if I eat sugar, it's going to be up here. So instead of doing this all day, why don't I try to stay down here in this range and try to like go like that, right? So that means kicking out a lot of carbs, trying to figure out where am I getting all these carbs from because my blood sugar is still high. So I started testing my blood before I ate. Remember, I was in intermittent fasting. I'm having keto flu, which is really withdrawals from sugar. I was going through that. I was having headaches. Just like, are these ever gonna go away? Because I was having them all the time. And I was just like, there's no way I can exist like this, having these migraines. Like, am I gonna live? Is this what life's gonna be like? Because if it is, like, I'll just go back to eating garbage, you know? And I thought, well, maybe there's something I can do. And so right now I'm getting all my like test strips ready and all that. So I got the KETO Mojo, like my friend Ryan Phillips suggested I get. And you can use urine test strips, but they're not accurate at all. So I didn't know if I was like a good level of nutritional ketosis or like a low level, because it doesn't help. So this is one of the test strips. So before I take my test, what I do is I open up everything up. You want to have them open before you do it. I want to have them open before I do it, because if I'm prick my finger, then I'm trying to like rip these packets open with blood dripping. And I want to get the blood as soon as I can. I don't want it dripping around. And so I also went to Rite Aid and bought a sharps container, because you're going to need that for the lancets, right? And there's going to be blood on these things at the end, so then everything that has blood on it's going to go into my sharps container, my red container. And then eventually I think I went to the post office and they said if you seal it, you can take it to the post office and they know where to send it. I'm going to find that out later on. All right, so what I'm doing is I take off the lancet. There's like a little protective cap on it. See, and there's a little needle at this end. And then so you put it in your plunger or striker or whatever it's called, and you set it up, and then you set the depth to it. So the depth is like 1 through 5. Well, I tried level 1 and it wasn't deep enough. Level 2, no. Level 3, no. Level 4, no. Because I need to get a pretty good drop of blood. Level 5 was like the level, that's like the deepest. And so I had to set it on level 5 and go from there. All right, so before you do that, then you get a little thing like alcohol swab or something. You get one of those, wipe your finger off, clean your finger, is what I do. And then I load this thing, pull the plunger like that. Take my glasses off because it's starting to get dark out here. All right, so you pull the plunger, and then what I do is I go on the side of my finger, like right there. And I go on the side of my finger after I've cleaned it, and I put this little thing up against it, and I'm gonna press this. And what's gonna do, it's gonna strike my skin. So once I do that, then I wanna wipe off the first drop of blood, because there's this interstitial fluid in it, that's what they call it, I think, that messes up the reading. All right, so before I do that, I want to load one of these test strips in. So I just loaded it up, right? And this blue one is to check my ketones. All right, and then the brown one is going to be to check my blood sugar. So the ketone test takes 10 seconds. And so what I do is this feeling never feels good. So I just did it. I squeeze out some blood. Sometimes you have to massage it, the end of your finger. And then remember, I get rid of that first drop, because that first drop has some water fluid inside of it. I kind of did in a bad area today. Getting enough fluid, enough blood there. Then I touch this to where my blood is, and then it got the fluid, and now it's counting down. 6, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's at 0.6. So 0.6 is the bottom number for nutritional ketosis. But it means that I'm technically, like right now, it means that I'm in fat burning mode. And I ate a little while ago. So it's good to see that even though I ate a little while, I only ate like 2 hours ago, and I'm still in fat burning mode. But I didn't have very many, well, I had a salad at Chipotle with both beans, which is actually kind of like a lot of carbs. And so I got some carbs from that. Maybe these numbers would be even higher if I would have done it before I had those beans. But I didn't have a tortilla, so that's good. Okay, now treating. Dude, that's pretty good. 97 after I ate. That's pretty good. I like that number. It's below 100 after I ate. So that's pretty good. So what that's telling me right now is that I'm currently in fat burning mode only an hour and a half after eating food, which is good. I want to try and be in fat burning mode like all day. I especially want to be in it at night, because night's like such a good time to be in that fat burning mode. But what I didn't tell you is that I changed my the time when I eat. So I used to be in this intermittent fasting, and then I went to go hang out with my nephew and the family for a little while I was trying to spend a lot of time with my nephew and the family. And I changed my diet to eat in the morning when I wake up. I start eating like good fat and protein. Like, that's my first thing that I eat. I make some coffee with MCT oil and with half and half, and that keeps me in this nutritional ketosis. Now, the thing that I had to stop eating was kefir, yogurt, rolled oats. I'd make a good shake because it's a good probiotic shake, and I was eating that to get the probiotics to fix my gut health. And I'll talk to you more about that in the next episode. But hey, it's good to see that right now I'm in nutritional ketosis, and when you're in that, your energy levels are like super flat, which is good. You want flat, no longer like the roller coaster. And that's it. So on the next episode, I'll be talking about those probiotics and what I used to do and now what I have to do now. All right, so we'll see you in the next episode.